All right, we're going to go to the next step of sketching out your shipping container house. We already have our paper put together. So I'm going to talk to you about sketching just the outside walls of your, sorry, not shipping container, your tiny house, sorry, of your tiny house. So we know that it has to be a minimum of 8.5 feet. So that's what I'm going to use, 8.5 feet wide. But remember, we have to change this to inches first. So you're going to take 8 times 12. If I do 8 times 12, I get 96 inches because there's 12 inches in a foot times our 8 feet is 96. But then we have this half a foot. So that would be another 6 inches because half of 12 inches or half of 1 foot is 6 inches. So if I add those together, I get 102 inches. So then I'm going to use the calculator, that scale calculator that was from the third assignment. And I'm going to open that up and set up my calculator. Remember, we want real size to scale size, and we're still 1 to 12. Want to change this to inches. And then we're going to type in our 102 because that's how many inches 8.5 feet is. And I'm going to click convert, and you're going to see that 102 inches is actually 8.5 inches to scale. So this number I need to remember or write down because now I'm going to go figure out how many boxes that is. So I'm going to go, you can actually come to your next sheet. So the number of boxes that this would be, I'm using this because I'm at 8 inches. That's what my conversion was. So 8. So I have 16 boxes. Plus I have a half, right? Because back here it said I had 8 and 0.5. So I need to find the fraction 0.5. And here's the fraction 0.5. And that would be 1 box. So I have 16 plus 1. So my width is 17. My width for this would be 17 boxes. And then my length, remember, is whatever your choice is. I'm going to use my math problem that I did in the earlier video. I'm going to say that my length was 23.5. So I would come back to my calculator. I would have to figure out 23.5. So if you take 23 times 12, you get 276, but then remember we have that 0.5, so I'd have to add 6 more inches. 276 plus 6 is 282 inches. That's the maximum width, sorry, maximum length that my tiny house can be. So I'm going to put in here 282. And it's inches, 1 to 12, click convert. And again, it's 23.5 inches because that's the scale to size. I know it's kind of confusing because it's the same thing. It was just feet. It's because of our ratio. So 23.5. So then you're going to come back to this chart, but my chart only goes up to 15, and I need 23.5. So there's a pattern here. For every inch, what happens to the number of boxes? 7 to 14, 8 to 16, 19 to 18, 15 to 30. It is doubled. So essentially you're taking your inches times 2, and that's how many boxes. So for this one, I would take my 23 times 2, which would give me 46, right? 23 plus 23 would be 46. But then I also have my little half of an inch that I have, so because I'm 23.5. So here's my 0.5, so that would be 1 box. So I would have actually 47 boxes for my length. So 17 boxes for my width and 47 boxes for my length.